In the heart of Hausaland, more than 4 centuries ago, a legend was born. Her name was Amina, Princess of Zazzau, one of the great Hausa city-states in what is now northern Nigeria. She would grow to become one of the most powerful women in African history, warrior queen whose name still echoes across the Sahel. Amina was born in the mid-1500s to King Nikatau and Queen Bakwa Turunku, rulers of Zazzau. Unlike many royal daughters who were confined to palace life, Amina displayed a fierce spirit from childhood. She loved the clang of swords, the neighing of horses, and the strategies of warriors. Rather than embroidery or dancing, she preferred archery and horseback riding. The court elders noticed her brilliance and courage early on, and her father encouraged her bold nature. By the time she was a teenager, Amina was already leading troops into battle, an unprecedented role for a young woman in Hausa society. She won respect not because of her royal birth, but because of her unmatched skill and fearlessness in combat. When King Nikatau died, Amina's younger brother Karama became king. But Amina was not sidelined. Instead, she was appointed Magajia, heir apparent, and commander of the cavalry. She rode into battle alongside seasoned generals, and soon she proved herself indispensable. Amina was fierce, quick-thinking, and often the first to charge into enemy lines. Her military genius earned her loyalty from the soldiers, and fear from Zazzau's enemies. It was during these years that Amina built her reputation. The Hausa people sang her praises, and warriors followed her with unshakable devotion. In 1576, after her brother Karama's death, Amina was crowned Queen of Zazzau. Unlike most rulers who would consolidate power within palace walls, Amina wasted no time in embarking on conquests. She declared that Zazzau would not merely defend itself, it would dominate. With an army of 20,000 foot soldiers and 1,000 cavalrymen, she launched military campaigns across the Hausa states and beyond. For the next 34 years, Queen Amina lived almost entirely on the battlefield. She conquered cities and vassal states, expanding Zazzau's influence over Kano, Katsina, Nupe, and even as far as the Niger and Benue rivers. Everywhere she went, rival kings submitted to her authority or were crushed by her armies. But Amina was not only a conqueror, she was a visionary builder. She introduced fortified walls around cities and military camps, ensuring both protection and prestige. These walls, known as Amina's Walls, were made of earthworks, and remnants of them can still be seen today across parts of northern Nigeria. For generations, they stood as symbols of her power and strategy. Through conquest and innovation, Amina transformed Zazzau into a dominant military and economic force. One of Queen Amina's greatest achievements was securing trade routes. She understood that true power was not only won by the sword, but also sustained through wealth. Her conquests allowed Zazzau to control important trade paths that connected West Africa to the trans-Saharan routes. Caravans carrying gold, salt, cola nuts, slaves, and horses passed through her lands. By guaranteeing the safety of traders, Amina made Zazzau a wealthy hub, strengthening her kingdom's prosperity and cementing its place in regional politics. What made Queen Amina extraordinary was not just her victories, but her defiance of societal expectations. In an era where women were often confined to domestic roles, Amina ruled like any king would, sometimes harsher, sometimes bolder. The Hausa people sang about her fearlessness. One praise song went, "Amina, daughter of Nikatau, a woman as capable as a man. Her rule shattered gender, norms, and proved that leadership and courage were not tied to gender, but to strength of character." The exact circumstances of Queen Amina's death remain uncertain. Some say she died in battle at Atagara, a testament to her life as a warrior who never abandoned the front lines. Others claim she passed away peacefully after years of conquest. What is certain, however, is that she left behind a legacy that outlived her body. Queen Amina's story is not just history, it is legend. Her walls remain scattered across northern Nigeria, silent witnesses to her reign. Her name is immortalized in folk songs, poems, and Hausa oral traditions. She has inspired generations of women and men alike, proving that true leadership requires vision, courage, and resilience. Today, Queen Amina stands alongside the great female rulers of history: Cleopatra of Egypt, Nzinga of Ndongo, and Kandake of Kush. Yet her story is uniquely Nigerian, uniquely Hausa, and uniquely African. More than 400 years later, the memory of Queen Amina of Zazzau still burns bright. She was a queen who chose the battlefield over the throne room, who built walls of protection and bridges of trade, who transformed her kingdom into an empire. Her spirit remains a symbol of power, freedom, and resilience, the eternal warrior queen of Hausaland. In life, Queen Amina fought for dominance. In death, she became immortal. Subscribe to my channel for more African history stories.